Shameless. United in the Europa League. Europa League. We tell them one time and we say Europa League. Europa.
Manchester United 0, Real Sociedad 1. Manchester United's Europa League campaign begins with a defeat at Old Trafford. Mina, how are you feeling after that? Disappointed?
Yeah, I would say disappointed. Listen, there was some questionable performances out there today. I think Erik ten Hag, he kind of looked to give rotation, kind of, anticipating a game on the weekend. Brought in some players that kind of showed why they kind of deserve to be on the bench at the moment. I think there was a few good sparks. I think Elanga was making the most out of situations that we had. I think Eriksen coming off at halftime proved to be a big blunder because it just took the fluidity and the control out of our midfield. I don't know how Fred managed to stay on. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked that Ten Hag kept him on for the whole game. I would have anticipated that bringing on Bruno would have meant that Fred would have come off and Bruno could have gone into his original position and Eriksen could have kind of dropped back. Casemiro, I'm not sure if it's down to lack of game time. I'm not sure if it's just, lack of I don't know what it was. His performance today, it's not looking like the 5-time Champions League winning Casemiro that we're kind of used to seeing at Real Madrid. I think we had problems, but the main problems came from the middle of the pitch. I think we failed to kind of control the game. I think technically speaking, Real Sociedad came out better than us in the midfield particularly. I think their wingers, I think his name was Take on the left-hand side, was confidently taking on Dalot at times and Dalot was shutting it down. Anthony was tracking back in the first half and that's when I stopped seeing him in the game. I stopped seeing him after the first half. I forgot, I said to you in the live stream.
Yeah, you literally went, Anthony's still playing.
I forgot that he was playing. I think when Dalot came off and Lindelof got shifted to right back, I think the wingers for Real Sociedad, they just took the game from there. I think they were so confident taking us on. They saw, the gaps in our defence where the issues are coming from the lack of, I don't know what it is. I would say the lack of collaboration in our back four. I think Martinez came on and it was a very harsh penalty that was given away. I don't think that should have been a penalty, but, people will say I'm biased because I'm a United fan. But I think Martinez came on and he showed levels as to why he starts game in, game out compared to the likes of Lindelof and Maguire that are struggling to see game time at the moment. I think Ten Hag was kind of hoping that players would come out and, second string team, they would perform. But I think he's realised probably today that he cannot rotate the squad. If he wants to top the table and have a good run in Europa League, I think he needs to put out his strongest 11 probably every single game.
Talk to me about Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got to talk about Ronaldo because there was all this discussion about him, isn't there? Can he start under Erik ten Hag? Will he start under Erik ten Hag? Can he play an Erik ten Hag style game? Is today evidence why Ten Hag hasn't been starting him?
I think it's evidence. I also think this season, we've seen him come on with little cameos, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I think that's where he probably thrives to give us his best 20, 30 minutes. I think in the first 20, 30 minutes, he didn't look too bad. I think he did look a bit, he wasn't sharp at some chances where, there was a ball that came in the first half, 2 players were on him and he decided to try cut back in and hit it with his right foot. And he should just believe in his left foot and just take a shot. Like, if he scuffs it, he scuffs it. But it's a chance that at least he knows that he took. Yeah. And there was quite a few chances that happened like that where he kept trying to come back onto his right foot to take it. And he's just lost his mobility up front. And I think, he's 37, 38. Age is inevitable and it is going to happen inevitably. And I think Erik ten Hag is probably looking now and thinking, I should have signed a backup striker in the window. I should have, with Martial's inability to be fit at the moment, which is a huge loss because I would have thought he would have played today if he was fit. I think Rashford obviously is getting rested for, I guess, the Premier League. He's hoping to count on the likes of Elanga and Ronaldo. But I think, this whole talk about, is Ronaldo good enough to play in our team? I think we need to move past that conversation and move towards how do we bring out the best in the starting 11 that's going to play consistently under Ten Hag, especially with Europa League. I think, we need to win this. We have to win it. We have to. We are one of the biggest clubs in the tournament right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, everyone's looking at, the likes of Arsenal to win it, but we should be looking at ourselves to win it. And I think we should be looking to play the best squad game in, game out. I think that's where you kind of think about rotation and the lack of depth that we might have. Because the thing is, we have depth. Because we have, 23-man squad.
Yeah.
But it's about the quality in the depth that we have, We had Wan-Bissaka on the bench today and Erik ten Hag opted to play Lindelof at right back where he was getting cooked. He opted to play Lindelof at right back over Wan-Bissaka, which further proves the point that Ten Hag doesn't want Wan-Bissaka at the team, and he definitely tried to offload him this summer in the hopes that if we could get another right back. But I think with today's performance, Real Sociedad just wanted it more than us. I think technically in the middle they played better than us. I think David Silva, he's haunting us again. I think there's a lot of takeaways from this game. There's some good takeaways. I think Eriksen coming off changed the whole game for us in the middle of the pitch. I think Elanga and Malacia, they were linking up well at times. I think Fred, I just don't see how. I don't know what Ten Hag was watching.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many passes did he do successfully in that game?
I need to look.
We talked about McFred. Yeah. Who would have known that McTominay was the more effective player?
I think McTominay. You look at Casemiro today. You look at Fred today. I would never have thought I'd be like, oh, where's McTominay?
Yeah.
But today I was actually thinking, where's McTominay? He's been playing well the last 3-4 games.
Yeah.
And I think a game like today where we needed to control the game from the middle of the pitch, and because of the lack of, I'd say, mobility that we have up front, we would have had to string 1-2 passes together consistently. We were struggling to do that. We were losing the ball. Casemiro was losing it. Fred was getting dispossessed. And I think he played Fred, I guess, he was playing in that little 10 role at first, and he was pressing. But I feel like when Fred, once he had the ball and he looked up, he just doesn't know what to do with the ball. And he's not that playmaking number 10. If, Bruno was playing, or if Eriksen was playing in that position and Bruno was playing in the middle with him, I think it would have allowed a lot more fluidity up front. It would have allowed a lot more chances to be created. Because to be honest, I can't think of much chances we created in the game that could have been a tangible opportunity that we could have had at goal. And like I said, that penalty was nonsense. That was a nonsense penalty.
Yeah, that VAR decision. I mean, you even don't really want to bring it up too much, do you? Because again, bad decision, but we didn't react to it, certainly. I mean, you spoke about Eriksen, and I do want to touch on him again because obviously played really well first half, but just how much did we miss him when he did go off second half? Is that really, again, an eye-opening kind of experience? I
think that's definitely I think the value that Eriksen adds in the middle of the pitch, he's not, the Bruno where he's going to pick up the ball and have aggression and be on the front foot, but he makes the wise choices. He adds some calmness to the midfield. I think we've seen it in the last few Premier League games, particularly when Martinez is, playing out of the back quite often, and he'd play it through to Eriksen. Eriksen would look up and make the correct decision. He'll make the wise decision. He'll tell people, calm down. I saw him, especially in our last few games, linking up quite often with Sancho, who was playing at the left in our Premier League games, and Malacia and McTominay. So in the first half, he didn't have that kind of, I guess, support from Fred and Casemiro, which I honestly would have expected better. I think once Eriksen came off, we kind of just lost our shape. We kind of lost our command on the ball. I think Martinez came on and you saw him progressing the ball, kind of playing out from the back consistently, kind of trying to fill the role that Eriksen left when he got taken off, which I don't know why Ten Hag did that, but I guess it's to rest him.
Well, there you go. Manchester United's European adventure this season starts with a defeat. Still backing us to go all the way, though?
Let us pray. That's all I can say. I can pray and I can hope. I think after today's performance, we won't go all the way, but I trust in Ten Hag to kind of look at today and make wise decisions for the next group stage matches.
There you go. Let us pray. Can't end it better than that.